How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Shifting Lanes. My name is Hanson. Thank you so much for tuning in. And in this video of Project BRZ, I'll talk about every little thing that was replaced in this car to get it up and running again. So if this is your first time tuning into the channel, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. And if this is your first time watching Project BRZ, welcome. There's a lot of stuff that's transpired in this car. This is the 14th episode. I finally get to talk about the engine video, talking about all the different things that was replaced in this car. I know a lot of you has commented asking about what the status of the engine fixes were, asking about what was replaced in the car. Well, after a lot of back and forth, I finally got everything back. I got this invoice back from the dealerships, listing out every single thing that was replaced. So for this video, I'm just going to go down the entire list, and in this region of the video, I'm going to show a snapshot of what the part looks like. You know, you could use this for reference if you need to get something replaced. I'm also going to put the part numbers and the description in the description box below, so that if you want to search for it or you just want to copy and paste, you could have it all down below. So let's first start at the very top of the list. The very first item on this list is the most expensive one, and that is the short block engine assembly. A lot has happened to this car, but let me give you a quick synopsis of what did happen. Bought this car at the end of March 2018, and 6 days later it broke down. I kid you not, the very first footage I recorded of this car was of this. Unfortunately, this is the first clip that I have of the Subaru BRZ. I was coming home from the gym, and I started hearing like this rattling sound right underneath, kind of like the left side of the car. And then all of a sudden it went into limp mode. Yeah, this is my first clip of the Subaru BRZ, which I just bought 6 days ago. So again, maybe this is the curse of buying the cheapest BRZ in the country. So I've got it towed. It's gonna get towed to my house, and I'm gonna check out what's wrong with it, and hopefully it's not a big issue, but this is the joys of owning a high mileage project car, because stuff can go wrong with it. So definitely it wasn't a good feeling at all. I had just bought the car, and then all of a sudden it just died. It was like the worst nightmare coming to life. So the following day I called Subaru of Cherry Hill and I said, what's going on? Like, this should not happen to a car that I just bought. It hasn't even been a week. So what they said was, okay, we'll send you a tow truck up to your house. We'll pick it up. We'll take a look at it. Mind you, this is a dealership that's 2 hours away from my house. And the reason why I didn't buy it from a local dealership was I was looking for the cheapest BRZ in the nation at the time that had a clean title. There was a lot of cheaper BRZs and FRSs at the time, but this one was the only one with a clean title, and that was very important for me. And I know some of you out there might be saying, well, you bought the cheapest BRZ FRS out there, so what did you expect? I mean, that's true. Like, anything could happen when you buy a used car. You really have to know the history, but you know, when you're buying a car and the engine blows up on you, it's never a good feeling, and no one can really anticipate that. You could probably try to hear things and see if there's like oil leaks or anything like that, but to really truly inspect the condition of the engine, you kind of have to take the engine apart, and that's something that you can't really do when you're buying a car. So when buying a used car, you're really just like gambling with it. You don't really know what has happened in the past, unless maybe you're buying a YouTube car and you've been seeing all this different progress that's been going on. But anyway, again, when you're buying a used car, it's just there's some element of gambling in it, and I certainly gambled, and it didn't turn out very well, at least initially. So anyway, to continue on with the story, they picked it up, they looked at it for 40 days. Initially they said, okay, we'll replace the spark plugs and the coil packs just to get it running. And a couple days later they called me and said, Hanson, no good. We're going to have to take the heads apart and take a look further. And when they did that, they found that the rocker arms were busted. So not a good sign. There's parts floating around the internals of the engine. So at that point, they made the decision to give me a new engine. So that's the first item that's on this list, is the short block engine assembly. There's one of them, and it costs $2,137.14. The next item on the list is the head and valve set cylinder. There's two of them, but there's two unique part numbers, and each of them cost $699.99. The next most expensive item on the list is the camshaft CP intake. There's four of them, one for each cylinder, so each of them is $297. The supercoolant pre-mixed, two containers, $25.20, and also the OW20 synthetic oil, 6 quarts, each quart at $7.39. So overall, that's the entire list. There's 3 pages. Once you tally up everything, the labor all in all cost $1,562.50. The parts for everything, $7,649.61, with shop supplies being $30, sales tax $612.29. So overall, for everything, it's $9,854.40. So that really just shows you that, without the help of warranty or without the help of a dealership willing to do goodwill work, you're going to be paying a lot out of pocket to fix your BRZ or FRS. So I want to thank Subaru Cherry Hill and also Subaru of America. Without their help, this car I wouldn't have been doing a story on this car. This project would have been nowhere, and I would have been a lot poorer. So without their help, this couldn't have been possible. Again, I want to thank the service advisor, Al, from Subaru Cherry Hill, and also Lloyd, the technician who worked on this car. Thank you so much for bringing this back to tip-top shape. So anyway, this is definitely, a really good feeling to look at this list and to think that all of this was fixed for free, and I didn't have to go through the financial trouble of fixing this myself. It would have been, pretty bad. And anyone that's in this position right now, I feel your pain. If you have to pay for this yourself, it sucks, and no one should really, because a lot of these cars are in the used market now. A lot of them go for not a lot of money. A lot of them are wrecked, so it can seem really appealing for someone to just go out there to the dealership and pick up a, say a 50,000, 60,000, or 90,000 mile 2013 Subaru BRZ or Scion FRS and think that, hey, everything's going to be just fine. But, buying a used car, there's some element of gambling in there. So it's best for you to take a look at the car, really inspect it, and take it for a test drive. If you hear any sort of weird knocking issues or rattling sounds coming from the engine bay, those are telltale signs. And that's basically the sound that I heard when I was driving this car moments before it broke down. It was not a good sound. It sounded like I ran over tree branches. So again, for many people out there thinking about getting into this car, just be aware that the possibility of this happening exists. I don't know how rare it is or how prevalent it is. I don't have the numbers. I don't have the data for how many engines failed out of however many cars that they sold. Realistically, it's probably a very low number, but it does happen. And, a lot of these cars get raced. They get beaten on because that's kind of like why Subaru and Scion sold these cars. It's to appeal to the enthusiasts. They know that these cars are going to be driven hard. So as a result, the engines are going to be more beat on. There's going to be more wear, and chances are they had some force induction at some point in their life. They probably turboed it or supercharged it to the point where there's too much boost that the asymmetrical connecting rods just could not handle it. But anyway, just be careful when you're thinking about buying these cars, and just budget more into your budget, that something like this may happen. So let me wrap up the video right there. I hope you found this video somewhat informative or entertaining. So if you liked the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up down below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do it right now and hit that notification bell so you can get notified anytime we make a new video. There's a lot of stuff going on in the Shifting Lanes channel. We have Project BRZ, which is what I'm handling, and we also have Project IS300, which is what Chad has been working on, and we also have Project Volvo V70R and Project Aston Martin, which is what Gregson has been handling. And aside from the project cars, we also get invited to a lot of different events. The latest one I just did is of the Dodge Challenger Hellcat Red Eye. So if you want to see a first drive impression of that car, it's linked up here. And in addition to all the exciting events, we also get to drive a lot of new cars. So if you're interested in seeing our brand of car reviews, which is the good, the bad, and the ugly, please check out this link. So like I said before, let me wrap it up right here. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.